What's up, everyone? Summer is quickly approaching. I'm sure you're all anticipating it, so I thought this would be a grand time to tell you my opinion on summer series, or miniseries. Probably the most popular miniseries at the moment is American Horror Story, which it's not really, but it qualifies. Even though it has multiple seasons, it provides a completely different story every season, similarly True Detective. But every once in a while, a 5 to 10 episode series will play during the summer, and then it's completely over. And I personally think that miniseries are greatly underappreciated. Sometimes television series just go on for far too long. They work like a bell-shaped curve. They hit this point of greatness, but writers never want to stop there. They think, we've got such a good thing going, and it always goes downhill. In a summer miniseries, you plan for a certain amount of episodes and do the whole story. At that point, it's like a book or a movie, and the story is more complete and well written because of it. I wish there were more miniseries out there because the ones I've seen are so good, and I hope more directors start realizing that they can make a quality show without stretching it out for all it's worth, and that a show of such quality could be highly regarded. As I mentioned earlier, a popular series right now is American Horror Story. The quality, I'd say, of the show has been gradually declining since season 2 or 3. I think season 2 is the best. In case you haven't seen it, it's about a journalist trying to uncover horrible experiments conducted on patients of a mental asylum, but she gets trapped inside by the evil nuns and framed to look like a patient herself. Being only 13 episodes long, this season was concise, it was well written, there were essentially no plot holes, and altogether it was a good story. Another miniseries is Daniel Radcliffe's and John Hamm's from Mad Men, now on Netflix, A Young Doctor's Notebook. This is about a doctor under investigation for prescribing himself morphine to feed his addiction, and he reads his old journal from his days at his first hospital, and you see scenes through the eyes of the young him, Daniel Radcliffe, and learn about his early days of being a doctor and his drug abuse. It's really interesting. It's a British humor, it's a black comedy, but it's only 4 episodes and it's on Netflix. So if you're a fan of either of the actors, I highly suggest it. But a perfect example of a great summer miniseries, and basically the entire inspiration for my segment today, is Wayward Pines. It premiered last summer and to date is probably one of my favorite television series. Being only 10 episodes, Wayward Pines is actually based on a book trilogy and is such a good, intense, creepy story. A man wakes up after getting in a car crash. He's in a town somewhere in Idaho. He doesn't know. He can't make calls outside of the town, and no one will answer his questions without sounding really cryptic. Now, I loved this series. That's about as much as I can tell you without giving anything away, because you really have to go into the show with no preparation. If you like intense, mysterious thrillers, it's for you. But it was renewed for a second season to premiere on May 25th. And it doesn't make any sense, because the first season covered all 3 books. It had a perfect beginning, middle, and end. And even the producer and the director, M. Night Shyamalan, agreed with that. But they claim this upcoming season will be great. I loved the first season, so I'm going to watch the second anyway, but I at least encourage you to watch the first or read the books for extra details, because it's a really good, compact, intense story, and I consider you looking more into miniseries, because you might find some really good screenwriting.